When I heard of Tugboat Manny's comedy Project 9 line effort, my first thought was what an interesting take on a way to help the veterans who need a little reconnecting. I went to several of their workshops afterward, and I mean that was fun. A little awkward, but fun nonetheless. I believe his idea needs support and is the best we can do for those veterans that come back from a war-torn existence. Find a way to get past the negativity where possible and bring life and a smile back to the soldier who's now a civilian. I have with me said Tugboat Manny here, veteran comedian Project 9. All right, so first we have to know 9 line. How did you get the name Tugboat?
Tugboat Manny, I was a former deckhand on harbor and ocean-going tugboats out of Staten Island, and for a large company, and I did that for about 5 years of my life. So people used to, they call you tugboat,
Yeah.
and especially with the weight and
Yeah.
stuff. And so one of the comedians said you should use that. It's like a catchy name. So
Yeah.
Manny Arias or Tugboat Manny, like tugboat. So I went with Tugboat.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
All right, so this Project 9 line, which I had some involvement in, it was a lot of fun for me.
Yeah.
What's happening with it, and is it going to continue, and what's
Yeah,
happening?
yeah, absolutely. Well, just to backtrack and tell you a little bit
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
Project 9 was started by Patrick Donahue, who was an Afghan war veteran, and he came home and he's had some issues on and off, and he's currently studying to be a lawyer very soon.
That's a bigger issue.
Yeah, yeah, that's a bigger issue. So anyway, but he started Project 9 Line, and he wanted, and it's like the medevac, the 9 Line is the medevac for, soldiers to come home, for care in the battlefield. So he wanted something at home for veterans to come back and reintegrate back into society, and he started Project 9 Line. And his friend, Brian Kuteya, who's a civilian, said, why don't you start a comedy program? So they started this comedy program, and
And you got a hold of it.
yeah, they came to an open mic that I was hosting, and Brian found out I was a former naval reservist, and he asked if I wanted to perform for their first class, and it was in front of 200 plus people, and it was great.
Yeah?
And
Is it hard to do?
Yeah, oh yeah. So that was like, it's coming up to the 6th class now, so 6 years. And I've been teaching it, this will be the 4th year that I've and teaching it and stuff. So, it's really cool. It's about 10 weeks long, it's every Wednesday, and we have a showcase, and your pal Donald was on it last year, and he absolutely crushed it. Funny guy.
I might like to try that someday. I couldn't line up the time with you the last time we went through that program.
Right.
But look how just that 2 opportunities that I did have to see what it was like brought to me the reality to bring to the viewers. I think it's a great idea. I think it's something we probably should continue, and I hope that program does continue.
Right. Yeah, and it's great because not only just do we meet for that comedy session, we also meet, throughout the year, like once a month, once every 2 months, and it's getting together, getting a cup of coffee, sitting. It's
Why don't you start a card game?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's something you should do, right?
Yeah,
I
it might
love
as well.
card games, yeah.
It's pretty cool, and it's you know what it is? It's a lot of vets helping vets, and these guys they were all active duty. They served some wars and stuff like that. I was the naval reservist, so I'm very lucky that I signed up. And look, I didn't sign up and say I'm going to be part of Project 9 Line and one day and perform comedy, But it's part of, if you signed up to serve this country, and you have an honorable discharge, you're more than welcome to join Project 9 Line. And
So you don't take people who, I don't know who doesn't have it.
yeah.
Come think of it, everybody does.
Yeah, even I do.
You count too.
Yeah.
All right. So what are the aspects specifically of comedy that you think can draw, a person who needs that comeback into the society, to come back into that? What aspects of comedy would help him? Do you have any idea what that might be?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's comedy is like they say it's one of the hardest things to do, and so to get somebody up there, like in the first class, we get you up there and we say, you're standing in front of people and we say like, what's your name, where you from? We just try to get the feel.
So you work them up to it?
Yeah, and we get the feel, and sometimes people don't come back after that.
Oh.
Just with those 5-10 minutes on stage right there.
They weren't meant for that then.
They weren't meant for that. But
Right.
we don't want to push you to do anything, but sometimes stuff comes out that is absolutely hysterical.
Yeah.
And that right there, they say comedy is like tragedy in time, or, there's always different sayings and stuff like that. But, it's, comedy is like truth events with the little twist that I do teach.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel good about something that may have made you feel sad,
What I got out of it
Yeah.
was the beginnings of what an actor would do to train to be an actor on stage for a performance in a play or something. I
Right.
got out of it that in order to get up there, you have to be out there, live. You got the attention put on you, and you have to perform. So it's a little bit of pressure, but once you do it, it's a release. I think.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. It's
When you start, especially when you start laughing.
yeah, and it really is a release, and you go through these like epiphanies, it's like, for example, like mental health, like I advocate for it because I have anxiety and depression, and it's non-combat related or anything, so I want to make sure everybody understands that. It's just, but I have my own issues, and when I met these guys at Project Nine Line, I was like lost at the lowest point in my life, just lost my tugboat job. And they took me in. I showed up to their first showcase. I had no money, no gas. I was hungry. My car inspection was due. And you know what it was like to go up there? I mean, it's on tape somewhere.
Yeah.
And to get off stage, like here I was, like I showed up in sweatpants. I had nothing to dress up into. I was probably in bed, like it's just, and then you go and you do this in front of these people, and it makes you feel so good.
It's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
You stepped into an area that you probably didn't think you could have performed well in.
Right.
And just took a hold of the reins, did the best you could, and when you stepped off, you must have felt proud.
Yeah.
That you did something that you wouldn't have thought that you were
Yeah.
able to do before.
Yeah, and I'm very thankful that Project Nine Line,
Yeah.
Gave me the opportunity to perform for their first showcase. And then what happened after that, I saw them at the VA hospital the next week. Brian and Patrick were there, and they were performing in a volunteer showcase for the veterans there. And I was there, and they were like, people are talking about you, Manny. And they go, do you want to be part of the team? They go, matter of fact, they go, you are the team.
Yeah.
I'll never forget them saying that, and I was
Yeah.
very proud. Listen, it says I'm the director of comedy for Project Nine Line. I teach them what I know. We've been to as a group, we've been to the Mohegan Sun, probably 5-6 times, and they all get to perform there.
Are a lot of these guys with family, or are they not
Yeah,
with family?
yeah.
Oh, they have both?
A lot of them have family. Some have, and some, maybe a death in the family and stuff like that, or, and we even lost one of our members, Bob Rossi, who, Project Nine Line was for him. It helped him out. I never knew it. He was recovering, like from alcohol and stuff like that. So he would do the programs and it would help him. I didn't know this, and the poor man was sick. So we have his picture hanging on the wall. We do a moment of silence for the guy,
Was I there? Did I know that at that time when I came? Or
I
did he
think
die
you might
afterwards?
have. I think
Yeah.
he might have.
Was
I
around
think,
that
yeah.
time?
Yeah, I think so.
So public speaking, they say, is like the hardest thing to do and everyone's biggest fear.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that now?
Yeah, you know, it's
You still get nervous, you know.
yeah, yes, absolutely. And I just saw my doctor too, and he told me, he goes, with my anxiety, he goes, like, it's like double for me, like, because I tell him, I go up there, I feel like I'm shaking inside,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, like and he's like, you know, and people are like, oh, you're so comfortable up there, man, you make it look easy, like, and I'm like, really?
Yeah,
You know,
can't
I'm like,
see that. You
yeah,
can't see
sometimes
that.
sometimes I just want to run, you know, but when you hear those laughs and, you know, so what? I'll hang on to the mic stand, or I'll lean on a chair, or I'll, you know, turn around, or I'll, you know how like football players go back and forth on the sideline? So I do that. So whatever nervousness I have,
Yeah.
I just do when I'm feeling on stage and talking, and it's really great feeling.
What I noticed watching, I was watching the debate last night, the Democratic debate, and you know, some of these guys, they have a little bit of natural comedy in them.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely.
And in politics, there's a lot of comedy, if you think about it.
Yeah.
The wacky stuff they talk about, how they hit up on each other.
Oh
and,
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, look at our president Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He called it Mini Mike, and
Yeah.
you know, little Marco.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like.
Joe Tubbs, I don't know. He got his name.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Pocahontas.
when Pocahontas, when you step back and look at it, you know, like, it's just it's funny, you know. But they all do it, you know.
Yeah. Let's get into a little bit of the role of a comedy instructor. This is a talent, I think. You know, comedy is a talent. Being comedic, I should say, is a talent. It's and more people have it than they know. But as an instructor, don't you see that? Like a teacher watching his class, some students, their eyes are wide open. You can see they're ready for the action, and other students don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, or you know, you got some people and then you got some people that think they know what to do, and then you got some people that don't know what they're doing, and then they're really good at it.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's amazing, and like we also, like at Project Nine, they also have an improv class too, so that helps you on your feet and brain thinking, and it's hilarious. So,
Isn't that the one I went?
Yeah, you were at the
okay,
improv.
I was at the improv.
that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a lot. I mean, they make you mess up on purpose.
Yeah.
But I mean, one of the guys.
Everybody should do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're ever going to have the chance. The audience, no, anyone in the audience is going to have a chance to do that. I don't know, but
Yeah.
to do improv one time or other is fun.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? To tell you the truth, I love comedy. I love all types of comedy, and I always will. But
Yeah.
I truly do love improv. Like, you know, look, I always wanted to be on, what do they call it, Saturday Night Live when I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
That was like my dream.
A dream, right? Yeah.
You know, so maybe, you know, the dream may have passed, but you know what? I'm okay with performing in a library with the veteran comics, you know,
Yeah.
doing a clean show. You know, we also do adult shows, you know, like we raise a lot of money, you know, for organizations and stuff.
What kind of work is that? What kind of organizations or what kind of effort is that?
Oh, like, well, all the VFWs pretty much, well, not all, but, you know, the local VFWs will have us do fundraisers for their different VFWs, or even like in our case with like Bob Rossi, who passed away, we did a fundraiser for him. We can't bring him back to life, but
Yeah.
we did what we will do for everybody.
You mean, what do you do with the money? Give it to
All
his
the-
family?
Yeah, give it to the
Oh,
family.
great, great.
All the proceeds, you know. And then we also have this thing with Veterans Comedy Assault, where we get to make a couple dollars, you know, like when we go to Mohegan Sun and stuff. So we divide it up a little bit, and the guys get to make a little bit of money.
Yeah, do what you can to see if you can get them up with a card game, because you know they'd be interested in coming back.
Yeah.
The stand-up, could you describe a little bit how they do that? Because I had a chance to see the improv. I didn't have
Yeah.
a chance to see the stand-up. So you started to say before, you get one person to stand up in front of the,
Yeah, we bring you up in front.
and you just ask questions to get you started at talking
yeah.
up on stage with the mic,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. And then we also hand you a book I forget the name of the book. Oh gosh, because you know what? Because I really don't use it that much. What I used, I bought like 15 comedy books, and I haven't looked at one of them to tell you the truth. I don't know what it is. You don't listen to me about that. But I just go by, we bring you up and we just have you talk, and we ask you questions, and we send you home with homework, with stuff that I learned. In comedy that I took at Stand Up University, like name some things you like, name some things you hate, and tell me why. And then you come back the next week and someone would be like, I love Oreo cookies, and they'll be like, why? And be like, because, when my wife gets upset at me and I get upset, it just makes me feel
Jump for the
better.
cookies.
You know what?
Yeah.
What I don't, I don't know. But sometimes something, and I always recommend that they record themselves. So there's a structure where as you're talking, and then people will open up, and I always try to say less is more, and I instruct them like the way that I was taught was a 1-2 punch. So get topic, punchline, topic, premise, punchline. So like the Oreo cookies, I love Oreo cookies, or for example,
They make me sad because my ex-wife left me on that day or something like that.
For example, I have a joke that says, I almost got into a fight in the library. This guy asked me if I was checking out his wife, and I said yes. But don't worry about it, I'll have it back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I try to teach like a long nose line, not that joke.
Right.
And I say she's still overdue, so.
Yeah.
But it's like a 1-2 punch,
Right.
But there's people that go up and tell stories. Not everybody's the same, so if you just want to come up and talk and just to get it out, or if you just want to come and be part of the group, and, it's really great. The last time we had 90 people at Project 9 Line.
What?
Yeah. 90 people showed up. And
9-0?
Yeah, for the show.
Oh, for the show.
Yeah. But look what's happening because of this. Look, I didn't know I was doing comedy 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Project 9 Line took me in from an open mic because I was a naval reservist. I was starving at their show. I ate, performed in front
Felt
of
much better after you ate, right?
Felt better, ended up getting home. I don't know how, but anyway, long story short, look what's happening to us in July. The guys, myself and 3 other veterans that I taught comedy to, one of the guys who I started the program with actually, and then the other 2 guys I taught comedy to, 4 of us are going to Reno, Nevada to perform for the 121st VFW National Convention in front of 5,000 people.
Ooh.
So it's pretty exciting,
Yeah. You think they'll be nervous as a brick?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
But that's, you have to practice. You have to write. You really, you just have to talk and write and practice and get up as much as you can. And my brother sent me a message on the holiday, and we all have our issues and stuff, and he said, no matter what happens, don't quit comedy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody's got their issues. I have my issues, and
You probably have a natural knack for it, and he recognized it.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. Let me go to the veteran coming back again.
Yeah.
When you can, as I said in the opening, when you can put a smile on their face and redirect the negativity that they experience in a war-torn experience.
Right.
Did any one of them ever tell you that your experience that you're giving them was one that helped them get through an obstacle of some kind that they had in their lives?
Absolutely. I'll tell you this. When I first started, I was feeling really low around the holiday times. I think I was even fighting with some family members and stuff. And a few days before Christmas, I got a phone call at the last minute to come to the Northport VA hospital to perform in the psychiatric unit of the hospital. And I had like an hour to get there.
Wow.
And I said yes. And let me tell you, it was the best
Yeah?
decision I ever made, because when I got there, after I performed, I got off stage, and one of the patients, veteran patients, handed me a drawing that he made of me while I was performing.
Huh.
And he said, "To Manny, thank you for helping me get through another day of PTSD."
Wow.
And I talked to him after the show, and he cried. He broke down. He tried to commit suicide 3 times.
Eeks.
And I have that picture next to my bed to remind me that's what it's about. You know?
That's a comeback. That's a hell of a...
There's no, if I was to get lucky to get 1 million paid gigs for comedy and get booked on TV shows and stuff, that's then good for me, you know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
But there's nothing will ever top that, because that is exactly what I get up for,
Right.
you know? And it doesn't just, I advocate for mental health. It's not just through the veteran community, it's through the entire community, the world, you know?
Sure, yeah, everybody can get a piece of that,
You know?
actually. What's in the future for Project Nine Line? Is there other than continuing the same type of format with the improv and with stand-up?
Oh yeah, well they also offer different art programs like art, Reiki, horseback riding. You can find more information out at project9line.org, and it's PROJECT
Number nine, right?
Yeah.
And number 9 dash line or number 9 line?
Line.org.
.org.
Yeah.
All right, that's very close to what I think. I think we covered everything. Well, as a going out message, do me a favor and tell the audience what you have going forward, a little bit more about that particular event that you have in Nevada.
Yeah, that's in Reno, Nevada. That's for the patriotic celebration. It's and also I didn't know this, but they said that the president will be out there and the vice president. I mean, the Democratic dignitary will be there. I don't know. We're not going to perform. I won't see us performing for them, but
Yeah.
you know, there might be a chance that we could meet them. But we're performing in front of a lot of VFW people, and we're all veterans. I'm the only naval reservist on the show. But we are really looking forward to it. We are looking forward to spreading mental health and awareness and making people smile, and just getting also Veterans Comedy Assault and Project Nine Line out there as well.
Say that again. Veterans what?
Veterans Comedy Assault and
there's another.
and Project Nine Line.
There's an assault out there. There's a group out there. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, called.
Yeah, that's because it's through Project Nine Line
I
that
see.
Veterans Comedy Assault was started.
What's the mix out there of all the different, the Army, Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force, and
With the
reservists?
guys, the people in the group.
Yeah, the people in the
Yeah,
group.
you know, it's funny. We only have one girl comedian in the group. We've had a couple girls show up, but the majority is. I mean, it's some shows. You know, like on Long Island, will be at VFWs. You'll hear, "All right, our next comedian coming to the stage is an Air Force veteran," and then the next comedian is an Air Force veteran. Next comedian is an Air Force veteran. And like 4 Air Force veterans. It seems like there's a lot of Air Force veterans, but I mean,
Well, they have nothing to do.
yeah.
It's a little boring up there in the plane.
Yeah, but there's a mix of everybody, and you know, one of our veterans even had a heart transplant. Yep. So it's really cool. It's great to be part of, and I'm very thankful to be part of it.
Yeah. I wish you a lot of luck in your situation going forward. I hope you do continue this, because I think it's great. I think it's
Yeah,
a
thank you.
fabulous idea. I don't know how you can expand on it. It'd be wonderful if you could figure out a way to expand on it.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah, well, I think I think on a national level, when we get to Reno, you know,
You might find some
maybe,
source there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there might be. You know, you never know. You know, it's funny. Like, you get these doors that close on you when you do comedy. You know, because like I'll perform at local restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you know, here in Long Island, and so or something, and somebody will be like, So, oh, you should put Manny on it. Oh, no. You know, a door opens, door closes. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're getting 5,000 people to
And-
do this in front of. You know.
And that's how it goes.
It's
yeah.
just how it goes.
Well, Manny, I wish you the best of luck. We're going to sign out now. You've been watching Gray Matters, the program that brings you the hot button issues of the day. My name is Chris DiMaggio, and I'm the host of the program. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again next week.
Thanks.